Rise and shine, sunrisers. It's a May-tastic Thursday, and we're so blessed that you chose to rise with us this morning. It's, one day away from the weekend. I'm so glad for the weekend. By the way, you got this. Just hang on in there. We're almost there. Speaking of, though, it's kind of sort of looking like, where's my co-host? Have you guys seen my co-host? Where is the Dennis? Oh.
Morning, folks. Morning. I'm here in the all-new BMW X2. Loving it. Trust me, it gives elegance, it gives opulence, and it definitely gives a sunrise that you've never quite seen anything like it before. Looking forward to jumping in. As a matter of fact, bam!
You're also gonna jump out?
Bam! Hi, guys.
You know what I noticed about that, though? I definitely noticed.
Yeah.
You had a whole new accent when you were in the X2.
Of course, darling.
Oh,
come on
you're so
now.
fancy.
Morning, everyone. How you guys doing? Yeah.
Hi, friend.
How are you, my darling?
I am great. How are you doing?
I'm good. All the better for seeing you. Oh, these are nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
I feel like we're looking very tropical,
I got a few plants here.
Yeah. And a few shimmies here.
Yeah, I like it.
Jane, our stylist Jane is on it, Woo,
She's that girl. For Jane doesn't think outside of the box. There is no box. Indeed.
What's the box?
All right, your sunshine motivational quote of the day. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and your shadows will fall behind you. That's Walt Whitman, American poet, essayist, and journalist. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that metaphor. Yeah, I guess the emphasis there is perspective.
That's right.
Perspective, I was having a conversation at work yesterday, and someone, discussing something, and then someone just said something and gave a completely different perspective. You know that thing called insight?
Yes.
And I was like,
it was an aha moment.
Never thought of it. And it's like, no matter how much learning you have, no matter how much knowledge you acquire,
there's still room for more. Don't you love that about existence, though? I really love that. I love that there is literally always a chance to learn more. And speaking of learning more, Ity said something yesterday that really resonated with me.
Okay.
And I never ever thought of it like that. And I remember as we were watching, because even when I'm not here at sunrise, we're watching sunrise.
Yes, we're watching.
And I remember when he said it, I kind of went, huh. And I heard my husband in the distance go, oh, wow. And I'm like, I turned around and I said, right. And what he said was, every single person has a teacher, even a doctor, even a lawyer. Like every single person, no matter who you interface with in life, what we all have in common is that we have teachers.
Yes.
Right?
No matter, and everybody can share an experience of a teacher.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're a physicist, whether or not you're anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Even if you're the pastor, you'd have had to have gone to theology school. You'd have had a teacher. Like, no matter what you've done in life, you would have had a teacher.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I was just like, wait a minute. But yes, so speaking of the teachers.
Yeah, yesterday was Teachers Day. We celebrated Teachers Day yesterday with everyone sharing the impact teachers have had on their lives. So hosts shared their experience of a teacher who inspired them.
What about you? They shared yesterday. What about us today?
I have had a lot of teachers who have inspired me. I every year I try to pick one. If I go back to elementary school when I was growing up in Canada, there's a lady named Carolyn Robson who really, really was a catalyst for me. Yeah. But at that time, I was a very run-up-and-down picnic, not focused and everything. And she used to say, if you can, what do you love to do? And I told her I love to write stories. And she put a typewriter at the back of the class, and she said, if you keep still, every Thursday, we will let you read one of your stories in show and tell. And so I used to type.
Dennis said, mannequin challenge. She's like, keep still?
What did you say? Keep still? So I would type my stories and she'd laminate them.
That's
And then every
fantastic.
Thursday I got it, and that's how I developed my passion
So
for
you
writing.
see, to me, that's more than a teacher.
Yeah.
That is seeing a child
Yeah.
for exactly who they are,
Yeah.
seeing their strengths, seeing where they could help to, where they could help them to develop,
Yeah.
and bringing out the best in them while not killing their
Yeah.
spirit. I love that.
Yeah, and some years ago, I found her on Facebook, and I
Did
sent her
you?
on Teachers' Day.
Yeah.
I sent her a long message saying it's Teachers' Day here in Jamaica. I don't know when it's Teachers' Day in Canada,
Oh,
but let me tell you what you did for me and what I'm doing
That's
now.
lovely.
And she said, "I remember you. I remember you."
Of course she does.
I was that much of a stress. She's like, "I remember," and she was telling me things about myself and things that she saw, and I was like, "Wow." You know, and she, you know, so she had a profound impact. But others like O'Neill Monlet in Catherine High School, Dr. Orville Taylor at UWI. I mean, there's so many lecturers who impacted me at University of West Indies. But yeah, every year I pick out some of them and I big them up. Professor Donna Hope had a profound impact on my mind in terms of how I analyze situations. Just a lot of people, you know, and I've always, as a teacher, hoped to have that impact.
Of
So,
course. Oh, for sure. Nice. Very, very
Yeah.
nice. Do you know that the iconic reggae singer Ini Kamoze,
Ini Kamoze, here come
stepping
the
hot.
hot stepper,
murderer,
murderer,
and the lyrical gangster, murder, big up the crew in the area.
Still love me like that. I love that.
So after his 1994 classic Here Comes Hot Stepper became the #1 most downloaded song in the reggae category on iTunes. It is also one of the most internationally recognizable dancehall releases.
Absolutely.
And is among the genre's most commercially successful songs with platinum certifications in the US and UK respectively.
Nice.
Wait, can you believe that? 1994 the song came out, you know?
Yeah.
And it
30
is,
years ago.
look here, and
30
it is,
years
and
ago.
just hit again now the most downloaded reggae song on iTunes.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
And that is why you must create things.
That's right.
Create things, put it down. Because you never know there's going to be an explosion in 2076 of that thing that you created. Do it. Create it today. That's what I would say. This day in history, Christopher Columbus departed on his fourth and final voyage on May 9, 1502 to Jamaica from Cadiz in Spain. Columbus, a then ailing 52-year-old, and his crew struggled to reach the north coast of Jamaica near the place where he had landed before, though he eventually succeeded, and Columbus and his men remained stranded on Jamaica for a year and 5 days. Like when I go out on, you know, on a boat,
Look here.
and I can, and I look
think about
out.
that all the
when I
time.
go out on a boat and I look out and I can't see nothing but water, I can look back and see land.
I think about that all
But when I
the
look
time.
out and I can see nothing but water, and I say, "Are you really left your good yard and your good wife and pity them and and just let's go look?"
It is literally one of those things that make me go, because let's not forget no, what is navigation, what was GPS.
Exactly.
Them just go, you know,
And
until they
I
buck up land.
think that it's that way. And then like you hear all the stories of sea creatures and you.
No.
And you're just rocking on the storms.
The ocean actually blows my mind
Every time.
single time
Every
I sit on
time.
a shoreline. I wonder what life is happening under there that we actually have no
clue about.
idea about.
Like in terms of the deep depths.
Listen, the deep blue.
And you've gone out in there? No, man.
I always wonder that. I also often say, I wonder if the fish wake up in the morning and they're like, "Come on, honey, eat your breakfast, time for school," and then they head on out.
School.
Yeah, get it.
I don't know, but to do it,
Yeah.
it takes a special brand of caucasity, I suppose.
That's the only thing it could be, the caucasity of it all. Also on this day, May 9, 1994, South Africa's newly elected parliament chose Nelson Mandela to be the country's first black president.
I remember this as a high schooler.
I vividly remember this. Because this moved my household to tears. I remember this being definitely something that we were
remember this.
gathered around the TV
Yeah.
when JBC did sign on.
Yes,
And we did watch it and we were
I
like,
remember
whoa.
watching the debate between Mandela and F.W. de Klerk.
Yes.
Because like JBC was showing us that stuff.
Yes.
Because you got the impression that this was a moment in time.
Correct.
And you're like, wow, and the ANC won, and then they elected Mandela as the president. And I was like, wow.
Trust me, I've often...
People of South Africa.
Listen, your impersonators are so good.
The people must be free. I command you today to put down your weapons of destruction.
So good. Listen, you guys don't understand the level of entertainment that Dennis provides me with his impersonations.
Oh, God.
But I remember I went to Robben Island. So Robben Island is where he was in prison.
In prison for 27 years.
And you see, when you look at that cell, and you know, so that cell was but yay big.
Yeah.
And you look at the conditions. First of all, you chills down your whole spine. And you think about the fact that that man was there for 27 years.
And he never come out bitter. I would come out, yo, everybody again. Everybody.
Yes, them and like them.
I'm the president. What you say? Remember you.
Man.
You didn't lick me. What?
That man.
And he just came and he just said,
Nelson Mandela, man. One of the most. I'm so glad to say that I lived in a time when I got to see it with my own eyes.
And I was sad when he demitted office.
Yes.
And I've been sad since, because every president pales in comparison.
Absolutely.
And I think every president has gotten worse, but I mean, I don't want to get into a diplomatic row here.
We sound like those people that say, back in our day, we had these people today don't know that. Anyhow.
Yeah.
But you know what it is time for?
Yeah.
It's time for the Here Comes the Sun mixtape. Run it, selector. Iri. Oh, yes, the world.